Evening, everybody. Hello. Welcome to Monday, the 20th of January's live. Thank you to everyone for joining me this evening. I'm just waiting for everyone to log on, and I'm just making sure we're definitely live where I want us to be live. We are. We're live on Facebook this evening and on YouTube. Do let me know where you are joining from. It's always nice to have a few introductions at the start of a live. I can see we've got a few of my lovely regulars on. Hi, Joanna. Hi, Let. Hi, Meg. And Julie, good afternoon from very cold and windy western South Dakota. It's very cold here, but not windy, thankfully. Hi, Mary Beth. First time live from coastal North Carolina. Very lovely to have you with us, Mary Beth. Thanks for finding me. So tonight is my weekly live, and I always like to start with a little roundup of the last week and just to touch base with you. It's been an interesting week here. All very calm on the Western Front, as you say, and I stupidly fell over yesterday. I felt like an absolute wally. I took my youngest daughter swimming. I was only observing. I was not taking part. And in the changing rooms after swimming, I completely slipped over, lost my feet from under me, and landed on my bottom and my hand. So feeling a little bit sorry for myself yesterday. I've dusted myself off today. I was mortified. I'm one of these people that likes to kind of blend into the background when I'm out and about, especially with the girls. And I just did not get away with that yesterday. I went down with a very loud bump and a bit of a cry. And this lovely man, who I happened to know from the school run, came and picked me up and dusted me off and got me on my way. So I was very grateful for a bit of support, but I was feeling rather sorry for myself. So I've really hurt my back and my bottom. I've really hurt my hand. I don't think you can see it. You can see it. I've got a horrible bruise on my hand. But today has been a normal day. I'm just going to set my printer to print because that was having a funny 5 minutes a moment ago. Okay. That's a little bit of, if it works, it's a little bit of a sneak peek of what direction I will be going in this evening. It might be a little bit loud. I'm really sorry. But I've got it to print. I've been trying to get it to print since 8:05. So I'm glad it's finally doing something, but whether it prints what I want it to print, who knows? If it works, this shall go quite smoothly. If it doesn't, we're going back to the drawing board. So yes, thank you very much for your kind words. Ouch, indeed, Let. Yes, very big ouch. Sorry about this, guys. My printer is not playing ball tonight. I'm going to try once more and see what happens. Yes, very big ouch. Falling in public is the worst. I've never done it before, not sober anyway. But yeah, it was not fun. I came home very, very sad. Mr. Marsh has not been playing nurse Let. No, my husband, he has been decorating the hallway. So I'm glad he's been kept busy, but he did not have time to be my nursemaid, bless him, and rightly so. So yes, fun and games yesterday. A printer is not playing ball, so this is going to be really fun. And that's about all I've got to report. We've still got celebration promotion happening. It's happening until the end of February here, which means you can choose a free item every time you shop, you host a workshop, or you join Stampin' Up. I've shown a few of the products over the last couple of weeks. There's lots to choose from, whether you enjoy colouring, you enjoy stamping, or you enjoy sort of all the extra bits that you can add to your products, ribbons, embellishments, embossing folders. So lots for you to choose from. And there is, of course, that fabulous joining offer. If you do have quite an extensive wish list at the moment, like me and some of my other customers, the best option at the moment is the joining deal. The joining deal is available until the end of February. And it's basically, here in the UK, you pay £99 and you can choose £130 worth of product. So you get £31 of product for free. And then you have 2 add-ons that you can choose on. The first add-on is either an extra £30 worth of product, or you can choose 2 packs of the Stampin' Right markers in their colour collections. They're ones that look like this in their colour collections. Into your starter kit. It's the best option. So if your wish list comes to around about that £90 mark, it's worth making it to the 99, so you can go for that joining deal and get lots more for your money. You can also choose to join my team, which is very exciting. My team are known as the Stampin' Stars. We've been around for about 11 years, and we're a lovely, friendly bunch of crafters. And we just enjoy crafting together. We love the products, and we all like buying our Stampin' Up products at a discount. So if you wanted any more information on that, do get in touch. I'm always happy to answer any questions. A lot of people ask, well, do I have to start a business? Do I have to demonstrate? The answer is no, although the option is there if you want to. And there is no obligation to sell to the general public whatsoever. So yes, if you did want information, please do let me know. So the good news, guys, is that we are live. I'm with you for about another hour, or that's what I've planned anyway. The sad news is my printer has not played ball tonight. It's just spooling in the background. I've no idea what it's doing. I plan to do some scrapbooking with you all tonight. I've got everything to my right set up, ready to go. The photos match the papers. The stars were aligned, except my printer did not get the memo. So we will save that for next week. I will park that, and I'll give you a couple of options actually. So let me just have a think. We can just seeing what I've got on my desk. All my new products are on my desk. So we could play with some hearts with the heart-shaped bundle. We could have a play with this and some add-on products. I like this stamp set. With you in mind. Happy birthday, best wishes, thank you, and thinking of you. I quite like that. We could have a play with beautiful butterflies. This bundle here. We could have a play with, one moment. Memorable blooms. This one here. I showed a little bit of this during my live on Wednesday. So I did really enjoy that. So a bit of colouring involved. We could do some heat embossing. I think I'm going to go with that actually. I quite like that. And I'm feeling very florally at the moment, if that's even a word. So let's just clear my desk. And oh, there's something else I've got here as well. I had it in my hands. No, not those. Heart-shaped dies. No, maybe they're still over here. They are still over here. Mixed labels. It's a really nice bundle. So what I'll do, let me switch over to my desk, and I will walk you through the products we're going to be using, and we will get crafting. As always, do ask questions, do talk amongst yourselves. The topic can go off of crafting, of course. We usually end up on books and all sorts. So yes, let's all have a little bit of a nice Monday evening together, and let's see if we can create something pretty. So let's switch to my desk. Here we go. Right, so you can see my desk. My camera is plugged in. I'm just making sure my laptop is plugged in. And I'm really sad that I can't do some scrapbooking with you all. So let's get rid of that. Let's talk you through what I have on my desk. So I've chosen this mixed labels bundle. These are all products from the new mini catalogue. I've got the Memorable Blooms stamp set, and that is also a bundle. And I did pick up this stamp set, which I'm really quite obsessed with at the moment. Elements of Text. Brace yourself, you need this stamp set. I love this one. I'm using it on almost everything at the moment. And I did create a card on Wednesday last week for my weekly craft along, and that looked a little bit like this. I called it a folder style card, and someone politely corrected me and said, actually, it's a pocket card because it's a card in a pocket. Makes much more sense to call it that. So if you wanted to have a look at this card, the tutorial is up on my blog. You can find that at staceymarsh.co.uk. But let's make some normal style cards, shall we? Now, last week we went greens and yellows. Shall we go sort of pinks and purples this week? What do you reckon? Let's have a look. I've also got the new embossing folder here. I say new. It is in the celebration brochure. So this embossing folder here is one of the ones you can choose for free when you place an order of £55 or more throughout January and February. I'm just going to put my tea back on its warm because it's now cold. So we've got that and we've got that. Let's get some pink cards, shall we? Should we go really super bright? I'm feeling like super bright may be the way forward tonight. So I've chosen some Berry Burst and some Melon Mambo. Now, typically these colours, they're not colours that I would really put together. They are in the same bright colour family. They're very, very similar, but feeling bright, I'm feeling different. Let's see where this takes us, shall we? So let me grab my trimmer. And let's cut us some card bases. Hi, Caroline. Nice to have you with us. Hi, Mel. Oh, I'm glad you loved making that card. That's really nice of you to say. Quite enjoying our little weekly Wednesday craft alongs. This week is a good one. So on Wednesday morning here at 9:30 in the morning, every Wednesday, I try and do a weekly craft along. It includes a free PDF with all the instructions and measurements on, and it's just nice to share a bit more of my projects with you all. Now, yesterday on my social media and Friday, I shared this. This is a mini album and it's really simple to make. I need to remember before Wednesday how I made it, and it's a little folder and it opens like this. So it holds 4 photos. It could hold more if you printed your photos smaller, but I'll talk you through how to make this mini album on Wednesday morning at 9:30. If you can't make it live, don't worry. As long as you are subscribed to my YouTube channel, you'll be notified of the replay when it's up, and you can follow that along. And as I said earlier, there is a measurement guide that goes with that. So you'll have all the measurements, all the products I've used, and the link to the video. So that's this Wednesday. So do join me if you can. So let's go back to this card here. So I'm going to cut my card base from a Berry Burst card, and I'm going to do my card so it's 10-fold. And I just want one card base. So I'm popping that in my trimmer. So I've got the short edge at the top, lining up at 10.5 centimetres over here, and then cutting. Okay, I'm going to turn that round, line it up about 14.8.5, and I'm going to score. So there we have it. Now, whilst I'm here, I'm going bright. Look at this. Isn't that just beautiful? Let's do a white layer. So I'm going to take this down to 10 centimetres. And I want this to measure 14.4. Oh, evening, Sophie. Happy to have you with us, and a very happy birthday to you all. Everyone say happy birthday to my lovely friend Sophie. She's based in Belgium and she's celebrating her special day today. So very happy birthday, my lovely. I hope you've had a lovely day with your boys. So that is 10 by 14.4. Let's take this down by 3. So let's go 9.7. Being very specific with my measurements this evening. 9.7, and I'm going to turn that, so that needs to measure 14.1. So that's now given us that layer there, like so. So now I'm going to do a little bit of heat embossing, I think. I love me a little bit of heat embossing. I'm going to grab me some grid paper. Here's one I made earlier. I am prepping for my next artisan assignment. So here's a little sneak peek. It's red. That's all I can tell you. So here we have these lovely sentiments, and I want the sentiment, the one that is sort of long. Let's stamp that off. Sophie, lots of birthday wishes for you, and rightly so. I'm going to stamp on this. I'm going to stamp down this side actually. Just giving that a little wipe with my embossing buddy. And I want to heat emboss this down one side. There. And one there. Let's add us some embossing powder. Oh, that's pretty. I love that. And let's grab the heat tool to get that all set. Wipe. I'm really excited about how bright this is going to be. I don't often do bright. It's starting to warm up now. I can see it's just starting to change. And this is actually quite a fine line on this stamp. So I think heat embossing is just going to really show that off. I told you, you need this stamp set. That's one of my lovely team members. So we often have jokes around, well, what are you going to use tonight, Stacey? What do I need to add to my list? So I'm telling you now, this is one that you need. It's great for adding detail on your backgrounds. And anyone who likes sort of mixed media, it's a great one to add in. So I've done that there. Now I'm going to get another piece of this, and I want to make it a little bit smaller. Don't worry, I'm not going to cover up that lovely text. So let's just measure how far over that is. So that's roughly 2.5, 3 centimeters. So we want, let's cut that down to 7.5 centimeters. And this measured 14.1, didn't it? Just going to put that flat. It's a little bit angled. That's better, isn't it? We were a little bit on the angled side. Perfect. So that's going to give us that sort of effect. And I just want to grab me a blending brush, because if in doubt with your cards, if you want to add detail but you're not quite sure where to go, blending brushes are your best friend. I use them so much. I almost have to say to myself, no, we are not going to blend on this card today. So I want to highlight the edge of that card so it looks a little bit different to what's underneath. So I'm just going down that edge. And these blending brushes, I have them in lots of different colours, but you don't necessarily need them in lots of different colours. They come in a pack of 3, but you can just rinse them under warm water, let them dry, and then they're good to go the next time you want to use them. So that's given us a really nice blurred edge on that card. Now look, if we put that on there, just add that up a bit. That's really, really pretty. I'm tempted to go down that side. What do we think? Yeah, let's do it. So do tell me if you've been in your craft room over the weekend. Have you had any special projects that you've made, or did you just enjoy a little bit of time to yourself? I was desperate to get in here yesterday. No, it just didn't happen. But I did have a really nice day with my girls. And that's all that matters, isn't it? So I've just gone around all the edges of that. So I've got a little bit of a highlight area in the middle. Mary Beth said, love that trick with the blurred edge. I just think it lifts everything. So that now looks like that. And it's made it a little bit darker, so it kind of blends in with that background, doesn't it? So now let's think about our card. We have this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful image that's going to sit just in there. We need some white card. Here's one I prepared earlier. And I want to stamp this with Memento ink. So Memento ink is our black ink pad. I'm just going to give that a nice coverage of ink. Okay. And then we can do a little bit of colouring. Okay. I didn't end up using that embossing powder. Now we could emboss that layer, but I feel like that would be too much. So let's save the embossing folder for another day. So I want to grab my Berry Burst blends, which are here, Berry Burst Light, Berry Burst Light, Berry Burst Dark. I'm going to reach for my Granny Apple Green blends. Look at that colour combination. Beautiful. Is that Granny Apple Green? No, that's Lemon Lime Twist. Let's get both of those. They would be fun. Granny Apple Green, Lemon Lime Twist. We want Melon Mambo. And should we go yellow? I feel like yellow might be overdoing it, but let's see. We have yellow. Look at those colours. Aren't they beautiful? Great set of colours there. So I'm going to start with my leaves, and I'm going to give my leaves a little wash of colour with Lemon Lime Twist. And you'll notice in my colouring, I'm not going to be too careful. I want to get my colour onto the stamp, onto the image in this first layer. With stamping blends, because they are alcohol based, I always like to just get a nice wash of the light shade down first, and then I can think about adding my detail in afterwards. Okay. Is that all the leaves? You can guarantee I would have forgotten a leaf somewhere. So that's that. I'm going to get rid of this here because I feel like that's just getting in the way. Hi Shaz, lovely to have you with us. So now I've got dark granny apple green, and I'm going to just add in some detail on these smaller leaves with this dark shade. And one of the things I love about this stamp set, this image, is all the little leaves. You can just really be quite imaginative with your colour. You can actually get quite a lot of shading into your image. Once I've done that, I'm going to take my dark lemon lime twist and I'm going to just blur between the edges of those two colours. One of the things I've been doing a lot more in my colouring is mixing and matching my colours. So rather than just using the dark and light shade together, I've actually used different colours. Now what you can do on these is you can take a Stampin' white marker and you can add in some extra detail if you wanted to. To get that fine line, and then I'm going to go over those bigger leaves with my dark lemon lime twist. These are going to be more of a lighter shade of green. I think this is going to look really fab when it all comes together. I'm definitely trying to embrace colour more than I have ever done before. So now we've got to that stage, let's add in some pink. So let's colour these little flowers with light melon mambo, which is our pink shade. Yeah, there's the two leaves that I've missed right there. And then let's add in some dark shading. And then these lovely open flowers are going to be that berry burst. And there's not actually a huge amount in this, so I might grab a darker shade of purple in a second. Really pretty, I like this. So the darker purple that I have is Blackberry Bliss. And now let's add there we go. So if I lift that up, you can see what that looks like. So you've got a little bit of colour depth in there. I just want to add a bit more into the base of these leaves. And then let's go over that. And I know I pulled the yellow out, but we've not used it, and that's okay. Right, so now let's use the die to cut that out. And the die actually goes around this image, like so. Okay, so I'm going to cut that out. I really like the ability to zoom in on YouTube when watching. I know, I wish I I wish I had the tech for that, but sadly I do not. One day maybe. So for now I just have to lift it up to the camera and show you that way. Right, so here we have the finished flower. Let's bring this in and see what we think. So that's quite nice, but it's quite boring. I feel like it's very flat. It needs a little bit more. So in this set, we have a beautiful hexagon, and we have a beautiful leaf. And I'm just trying to find here. I put the dies to my left. We have this beautiful leaf. So I am going to grab myself a piece of lemon lime twist card. And I'm going to cut myself a leaf, and I want a white hexagon. So let's cut that out as well. No, the die does not want to come out. Loving this colour combo. Thank you, Let. It's very different to me. For me, look at that. I think that's fabulous. Do one more. Okay, let's bring these pieces back in, shall we? So I have here 2 leaves and a white hexagon. So I want to add a little bit of detail on this die cut here. I'm going to take this die, and I've got my dark granny apple green, and I'm just adding some detail into the leaves. And go over with light. What was that? Let me start. Light granny apple green. Here we go. Now I'm just colouring in this die cut. And it's just giving this die cut a bit of texture. There we go. So that now looks, I'll show these to you. That now looks very, very different to just the plain die cut leaf. Now let's start thinking about how this is going to look. I have my die cut hexagon, or octagon actually. It's not a hexagon, it's an octagon. And I feel like this is going to just lift this a little bit. What do you think? I'm going to start put this to one side, and then I'm going to start building the card. So let's think about these layers. So on my card front, I'm putting my layer of white as my first layer. And then I'm adding my layer of pink. Now this layer here, I'm actually going to add with a bit of dimension. So I'm going to use some of this foam adhesive strip. This is great stuff, this is, I love it. It's just giving us a little bit of depth in our card. And line that up. Really nice. And then we have a decision. We have this against this. Quite like it with the hexagon, the octagon. What about you? What's that little bit that I've just put in there? What's this there? Let's put that there so it just goes off the edge. I'll trim that bit down. Perfect. I absolutely love cutting my dies down when I'm adding them. Well, let's get a little bit of twine. Now I have some twine left over from Christmas, which is this red and white baker's twine. I'm going to take some of this and I'm going to fold it to a really big bun. Okay. The loops need to be a little bit bigger. Right, I'm going to do something else. I'm just going to fold it over instead. That's good. Let's take some double-sided. That's nice, isn't it? That's given us a little bit of texture under there. This card's quite chunky, but I quite like it. Let's think about this. Let's put one there. one there. Definitely a card that I will be giving to someone by hand rather than not. I'm just going to, I'm popping in the post. Now let's pop this in. I love this little pop of green against that pink. It looks really good. Let's do one in there. And then should we do one down here? I think that looks good. And then I've got some of this lighter one as well to use. So now get a little bit of point of difference between those two colours. And I love putting my dies sort of layering them over each other. There we go. So it's starting to come together. What do you think? Let me know what you think in the comments. I'll just lift it up so you can see it in a little bit more detail. There we go. So that's all the colour on this one. It's really heavy on this front section. We've got 1, 2, 3. We've got 4 layers of card, 5 if you include the die cut, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, 6 if you include the image as well. So it's really heavy. So we need to do some layering inside. Let's think about our sentiments. So we have, you are awesome. I love that sentiment. In here, I've picked up mixed label dies, which look like this, and they have a die that goes around it. So I'm just thinking out loud, that might be nice on there. Oh, we've come out of shot again. There we go. We're back in. Carol's put beautiful card. Mary Beth's put stunning. Hi, Sandra. Lovely to have you with us. You're fine. Better late than ever, my darling. And after last week, I can't complain, can I? So I can't talk really. Let's pop this on there. I'm going to be really, really naughty this evening. Once I finish with you, I'm literally going to walk out of my craft room and shut the door. Because my little bed is calling me. Now let's have a think about this. I'm wondering if a heat embossed sentiment will work, but let's have a little play. See what we like and what we don't like, or what I like and what I don't like, shall I say. I'm going to stamp this in black ink onto our white card. Love the bright colours in this card. I quite do as well. For a great friend. That's a lovely sentiment, isn't it? Let's do that. For a great friend. Let's see if that will fit inside. My desk is now looking super messy. Taking the little sticker off. I actually like the idea of heat embossing this in the black. I think it's just going to set it off quite nicely. Should we stamp this in pink? Let's stamp this in Melon Mambo. I think I already know I'm not going to like this. Cute. It is cute. Let's cut it out and see if that makes me like it anymore. Oops. So I love the die and the sentiment. I'm just not sure it's right for this card. It gets quite lost, doesn't it? So now let's go to my If Things Out heat emboss technique. So I feel like You Are Awesome just needs to be on this card. I've been itching to use this sentiment, although it does mean cutting it out. So let's just go with You Mean the World to Me. It's a nice strip. I know I like it. Oh, he's falling out. I just realised my cup of tea is on its little heater. And the heater's set to 75 degrees. I think it might be ready to drink again, don't you? So let's just get rid of that excess there. And my one bit of advice, if I can give you a bit of advice, if in doubt with any project, add a heat embossed sentiment. It honestly just brings everything together. So we had, where did my sentiment go? Oh, here we go. So we had this sentiment here that looks lovely, but it gets quite lost. And then we have this. I think that just does exactly what we want it to. It fits in really nicely with the brightness of this card. The sentiment is beautiful. It just brings it all together, doesn't it? So I've got a few little sequins to add to this. So let's just grab those. These are the Itty Bitty Bokeh Mix. These go with the butterfly set. It's not the right sequin. No. And in here are some really nice little gems that are like a creamy, pinky, iridescent colour. You have to find them. There now, there's another one. And the reason I'm struggling to find them is because I've used so many of them. So that is the front of my card complete. I'm really looking forward to getting this on my blog. It's really vibrant. It's exactly how I wanted it to turn out. And we just need some layers inside the card to bring it all together. Let's think about this. This piece here was 10 by 14.4. Carol has put, I wasn't sure about the Memorable Blooms bundle, but you enabled me that I need it. My work here is done. I'm really glad you like it, Carol. It's a really versatile set. The thing that sold it to me were those lovely, lovely sentiments. I am a absolute fool for a sentiment that has 2 fonts. And if it has something I can cut into a banner, even better. So yes, love, love, love this set. And I really hope if you do buy it, you enjoy creating with it. I'm sure you will. What other comments have we got there? Shaz has put really lovely. Let has put love it. Thank you very much, ladies. We are nearly there now. Just adding in some extra layers inside the card just to balance everything together. Otherwise, when it comes to standing this card up, it's just not going to stand properly. I'm always mindful of that when I make my cards. I want to make sure that they are well balanced. Add myself a little black line. And then we can stick this inside the card, can't we? And I think this is not colours that I would have chosen to go together at all. But I hope you agree. I think they really work quite nicely together. And that's it. There we go. Monday night live complete. Thank you to everyone for sticking around for the last 54 minutes. This is the card. This is the finished card that we've put together. I'm just waiting for the glue to dry around those embellishments. I've used quite a few products here, and I will pop them all up on my blog for you tomorrow. So we've got the Memorable Blooms stamp set with the matching dies, which are on the other side of my desk. I've used the Elements of Text stamp set for this detail down the left-hand side. And colour combination wise, we've used Lemon Lime Twist, Granny Apple Green, Melon Mambo and Berry Burst, all brought together with that lovely, lovely heat embossed sentiment. Lots of people saying they love it, it's beautiful, and that they like the bright colours. I really like the bright colours, and it's a very, very big contrast for me. I'm normally a bit of a neutral crafter. I'm starting to embrace the bright colours more than ever. And then just to give you a little bit of a point of difference, there's the card that I made last week. So I hope you've enjoyed this evening. Thank you so much for joining me. It's lovely. Mary Beth has asked a question. Of course, happy to answer questions. Are the gems flat or rounded? So in this little set, they are mainly sequins, but there are these lovely rounded little gems. So yes, in answer to your question, they are rounded. Excuse the state of my hands, they're covered in ink. They are rounded, and they're just really, really nice. They kind of take on the colour of the card that's underneath, so they go with any project really. Great colour combo, love the card, and embossing stands out lovely. I shall do it tomorrow and post on Facebook. I'm glad I have given you something to do tomorrow, Mel. Thank you very much. Think of me tomorrow while I'm slaving away, typing 3 sets of minutes. And responding to about 20 emails that I've seen come into my inbox today for work. So have a great day. Thank you so much for popping on. It's been lovely to have you with us, especially to those of you that have joined for the first time. I hope you've enjoyed it. Do let me know your thoughts, and I'll be live same time next week, next Monday. doing some more live crafting. All being well, it will be a scrapbook page if I can get my printer to do what I want it to do, which I'm sure my husband will come in tomorrow, push a button and it will just work. So next Monday will be a live scrapbooking page. Look forward to sharing that with you. I love scrapbooking. And then this Wednesday will be my live demonstration of my weekly craft along, which is this mini album. So do join me if you can. I'll share measurements on my Facebook page tomorrow, so make sure that you are following me there. So I'll leave it all there, guys. Again, thanks for watching, and I will see you all very, very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.